Today I'm going to be chatting about the first signs I got during my pregnancies, both of them before my missed period. My videos always run way too long, and I just filmed this and it was about 15 minutes and nobody wants to watch that. Nobody's got time for that, so let me just get into it. My last period at that point was on July 26th, 2 years ago, and this was my recent pregnancy. So at 2 weeks pregnant, I had a lot of cramping. This was very similar to my first pregnancy. I believe it was implantation cramping. Again, all of these symptoms could be just fluke and from other things. It was summer, it was hot, but I'm taking it that it was probably pregnancy related. So I had a lot of cramping, kind of like menstrual cramping, but a little bit worse. And I was very moody. I was grumpy, I was crying, I was angry, I was all over the place. And again, it might just be because of the heat, it might just be because I was tired, but that was something that I'm not very commonly that grumpy or that emotional, and I don't really cry that much. Like, I'm not just being like, I don't cry. Like, I really just don't cry that much. I don't know, I just don't get like that. But I was crying over every little thing. It was ridiculous. Now, let's head over to week 3. I was exhausted. When I say exhausted, I mean so tired. It was ridiculous. I'm very used to working shifts back then that were, 16 hours, 20 hours long, no break. I would work closing until 1 a.m. and be back there for 5 a.m. to open the store. It was very common for me. I was very used to that lifestyle, and I was not tired. I would go out with my friends not partying, but I would go hang out with my friends very late at night, wake up very early in the morning. It was just something I was used to. I was never really tired. And at this point in my life, I was very exhausted. I actually went to the beach and fell asleep at the beach having a picnic. Like, I wasn't lounging and tanning. I just fell asleep while at the beach. It was ridiculous. And at that point, I was very thirsty. Not in the way you're thinking, actually thirsty. I'm not someone that likes to drink things. Again, I'm very used to working and not getting breaks, so I never had a chance to stop to drink something. So to me, I just never really got thirsty. I never really wanted to drink things, water, milk, anything like that. I just didn't really care. And again, this could be because it was summer and super hot, but during my entire pregnancy, I was so thirsty. I just craved water, and that's just what I needed to get through my day. Again, week 3, I have a lot of things that I wrote down, and some of them could not be pregnancy related, but it happened in both of my pregnancies, so it might just be fluke, but it also might be pregnancy related. And I know that's very commonly pregnancy related things, so I thought I would touch on them as well. I'm never someone like to get headaches, and I had intense headaches, migraines, whatever you call them, very bad headaches, couldn't even think. It was not fun. I am very in tune with my body. I have had different medical things. I had my gallbladder removed, and because of that, I have a very healthy diet, healthy lifestyle, so I'm very in tune with my body. I know when something is wrong. I can tell when something is different or not normal. So I could just tell something was a little bit off compared to my normal body. And that was the same with my first pregnancy. I knew I was pregnant before I tested positive, and this was the same thing. That's when I was like, oh my gosh, I'm pregnant. And so I went home, and the next day on August 18th, I tested positive. It was one of those 2 lines. It was a very faint second line, but it was there, and I was like, if this is all a fluke and this is a false negative, like, that's a lot of flukes. So I did think like, okay, I'm pregnant, but let's go take a digital test to make sure it'll say pregnant or not pregnant. So on August 19th, I went to the store. I couldn't even wait. I went to the store bathroom and peed on the stick. I wrapped it in toilet paper, popped it in my purse, and I found out I was pregnant when I opened it up in the middle of a bank lineup. That was my next errand to run. I was at the bank, and I opened it up, and I was like, I'm pregnant! And that's how I found out I was pregnant. Anywho, so yes, I knew I was pregnant. It was confirmed. It was yay exciting. So those are my first pregnancy symptoms before I tested positive. I knew I was pregnant, honestly, and I still tested positive a week before I was supposed to even get my period. So I was only 3 weeks pregnant, 3 weeks after my my last period. Does that make sense? And I was pregnant. I found out I was pregnant. So I found out, I guess, quite early. I don't know. But it was super exciting, and I also wanted to touch on the worst week I had during my pregnancy, and that was week 7. And I literally wrote on here that it was brutal. That's how I described it. I was very sick, very nauseous, like not just like, oh my, I don't feel well, like no, very nauseous, couldn't even stand, couldn't think. I had such bad food and food aversions, and smells bothered me so much. And I'm not just being a diva about this, it was very bad. I was so sore and in so much pain all over my body. Everything ached. Again, I was very emotional because of that, and I was not able to sleep. I was trying to nap like 3 times a day because I was so exhausted, but I just couldn't sleep throughout the night. I was tossing and turning. I was going to bed 7 o'clock at night, waking up at like 8 or 9 in the morning and still needing to sleep. It was very, very harsh. It did get easier throughout the weeks. I was still getting sick every single day. I got sick every single day from like week, I think 4, no, from like week 6 on. I got sick every single day, like sick. I think except for 2 days, my entire pregnancy. The day I had my daughter, I got sick, of course, and then I had her that night and I wasn't sick anymore. It was so weird. So again, it might have just been in my head and myself making myself sick, if that makes sense, but I really was sick the whole entire pregnancy and that was not fun. Anywho, those are the top pregnancy symptoms that I had in both of my pregnancies before I tested positive and before my missed period. Again, these could not be pregnancy related. Maybe they were both flukes, that both pregnancies I felt this before my missed period, and I don't know, but I do think that 99% of those were from pregnancy, if not all of them. So let me know what you guys think. What were your pregnancy symptoms? Maybe you think you're pregnant. Hopefully you find out soon whether you do want to be or not want to be. I don't know. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!